Okay. So here now checking the fare rules.
Okay.
We know that the fare, the refund penalty is 300 real or whatever. So we just put the 300 real and we go to next.
Next.
Now what the tax comparison is, that is very important. Sometimes there are some taxes which are non-refundable, like E3.
E3.
Yeah. So you have to remove that tax from the refund amount so that, like, the airline does not send you an alert letter.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go to tax comparison.
Tax comparison.
Now when you enter, it says verify total amount, re-enter to continue. Verify this minus this equals this.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the taxes.
Yes, sir.
Now this E3 tax is non-refundable, right?
Okay.
So you go to tax update again.
Okay. Then we are deleted
And remove
E3.
that E3 tax from there.
Yes, sir.
Since we are doing everything manual, so that's why we have to remove it manually.
Okay.
Right? So that's the only difference. If there is some tax which is non-refundable, we have to go to tax comparison.
Okay.
Right? So that's the only one step extra. And
Next.
we'll go to next.
Okay.
Yeah? We enter. Now, this is a screen where it shows form of payment 1 amount, form of payment 2 amount. Why it is FOP 1, FOP 2? Because sometimes, though we are not using here in Saudi market or in Middle East actually, but what happens sometimes in a ticket, passenger comes to you, he says the price is 2,000 riyal, 1,000 is cash, 1,000 charge for my credit card. So there are two different form of payments.
Okay.
Right?
Cash
Cash and
and
credit card,
Credit
or
card.
cash or invoice maybe or whatever.
Okay.
Right? So in rest of the world they are using that option, but here I never seen someone choosing two multiple form of payment.
Yes,
Even
sir.
if it is cash and credit card, they may make it one because they are charging this credit card from this
Swipe system.
POS. Yeah. So form of payment 1, the total refund amount is written on top.
Okay.
Yeah. So form of payment 1 is 1076.00. So that is the total. If let's say 10,000 was cash, so we will put 10,000 here, and 76 was credit card, so we will put 76 and we'll select this place so that the 76 real goes back to your credit card.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, as I told you, like here, we are not using that options, but
Okay.
it's good to know. And we'll go to next.
in case whatever the invoice like company it will come cash.
So that is cash because you are getting as cash, no? And you will settle that
Yes.
with your corporate in a cash transaction.
Yes.
Like you have charged your corporate 10,000 riyal.
Invoice also no problem.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Because invoice is also as if it's a cash dealing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any commission on refund amount?
No, sir.
So we leave it blank. Commission percentage was 0. We put while we were issuing ticket, so it picks up the ticketing commission automatically, so 0 is there. Commission on penalty amount, is there any commission on penalty?
No, sir.
Usually I don't see any commission on penalty, yes.
Okay.
You have the chance.
Relax.
Yeah. Then waiver. What is this waiver? What happens sometimes, like for example, in last year, it happened with Qatar Airways. You issued all the tickets and suddenly one fine day, all the operations are closed from Saudi.
Okay.
So you had to refund all the tickets. Whereas those tickets were refundable but with against charges. But since you don't want, it's because of the airline, of whatever reason, but you have to refund the ticket without any charge. But if you are waiving that charge, there should be some code.
Okay.
You have to show the code.
You have to show some code, which they, of course, the airline will give us.
Okay.
So that code is called a waiver code, where what we can put here.
Okay.
Like in Qatar Airways case, it was understood. They didn't give any code. They
Yeah.
ask everyone that you refunded. Yeah? But if some cases are there where the airline wants you to put the code, so you can put the code here. Okay, DK number, basically, if you see that DK number, this is something related to the back office and nothing to do with the ticketing. Like you give a customer a number. So once you issue the ticket, you have to add that DK number in the booking so that you issue it automatically drop in that. So it is something related to the back office.
Okay.
So if the DK number is there, you can put the DK number. If there is any tour code, you can put the tour code. You can also add some free text. Free text like refunded as per Mr. Naeem advised. This free text, it will not print on your refund notice. It will be adding in your PNR code.
Okay.
Just for the information or just for any
Feedback.
yeah.
Reference.
Any
for
reference,
person.
yeah.
Reference.
Yeah, it's a good word. So just for the reference, so that tomorrow if there is something, so at least you know that.
You can see that in PNR. Who is it?
Yes. So, and it's a free text, and you can put refunded because tax Alibaba. Right?
Okay.
Right? So, you add the free text also. Even if you don't add the free text, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Right? And you enter, and it says mask. It says mask processing complete, mask terminated, refund accounting data created, and refund transaction processed. Right?
Okay.
And when you check your ticket,
Walaikum salam.
तू इंसान नहीं है, तू चीता है. Right? So
Okay.
this ticket status is refund.
Okay.